Let's build a simple birdhouse today.
You can download all these models by going to through 3d.me, and then you can see all the latest models in the home page, or you can go to download and then select based on the category: simple, intermediate, and then advanced. So if you click on any of these, you can download blender file or fbx file, or even you can see how did we make it on YouTube.
So I'm going to use the default cube this time. Let's go to side view, let me enable my hotkeys, shortcut keys, start them. Alright, press N to get rid of that menu. Now keyboard numpad 3 to go to side view, enable X-ray, and then go to edit mode, press tab on your keyboard and make sure that you are in vertex selection mode, and then draw a rectangle around the bottom half of your cube. Now if you scroll rotate and see, you can see that all the vertices are selected. Those are from the bottom plane. So let's go back to the side view. Now this time I'm going to scale this to give a slight angle. So let's scale this along y-axis. Go to side view, scale, as per scale, and then y, and then but you scale only one axis so that you are not going to create kind of like a pyramid shape, but this one is like a more like a birdhouse walls. Now if you switch off the X-ray mode, you can clearly see that you have a X-ray birdhouse wall shape. Now I believe this one is too long, so let's go to side view and then select all these vertices. Make sure that you select the X-ray mode. Let's check whether we have selected everything. Yes, go to side view and then grab along X somewhere here, and then if you turn off the X-ray mode, you can see it pretty much like a birdhouse. I just want to make it little short, so what I do here is go to side view, enable X-ray, select all these, grab, and then press Z to constrain to Z axis. Alright, now tab out of the edit mode and then X-ray mode, turn off the X-ray mode, and then select the entire object, set origin to geometry. Now let's align this one with our world origin. Our cursor, the 3D cursor, shift right click. Now it is somewhere here. I want to get the cursor back to the world origin, that is where the X and Y axis meets, and then shift S, cursor to world origin. Now select the shape, your the birdhouse walls, shift S, selection to cursor. Now it is aligned with your the X and Y axes. Now let's get into edit mode, tab, and then this time I'm going to create a loop cut here so that I can create my the roof. Let's get the loop cut, and then if you move across these edges, you get the loop cut along this side. But if you want to get the loop cut along this edge, so you have to come over here, click, and then click on the cursor so that you have a loop cut. Now go to edge selection mode, select only this edge, grab, G for grab, and then Z to constrain to Z axis. Alright, now select the face selection mode, click on this space and this space. Now Alt E, extrude faces along normals. Now select this face and this face, and then Alt E, extrude along normals. Now this face, this one, and this one, this one, and this one. Alt E, extrude along normals. Alright, so you have the basic shape of your birdhouse. Let's create the hole, the door for the birdhouse. To do that, I'm going to use another tool that already comes with Blender called Carver. If you do not have the Carver, you need to go to Preferences and then Add-ons, search for Carver, and then I already enabled that. If you do not have it, put a tick in front of this Carver so that you enable that one, and then close it. So tab out of edit mode and then go to side view, make it large a little bit, and then to activate the Carver you need to press Ctrl Shift and X. Now the cut type is rectangle. If you press your space bar, you can change between the shape of the cut, and then I want to make it a circle, and then come over here, somewhere here, and then click your mouse and then drag your mouse and then click. You cut the opening of your birdhouse. Now escape key to escape out of the boolean Carver. Now I want to select this face selection mode, this face and this face, extrude. Alright, this face and this face, slightly extrude to give it like a wood-like thickness. Now while you are in this face selection mode, select couple of these, press X and then select faces. Select couple of these, X faces, so that you remove those flanks, X faces, and then couple of more X faces. Alright, now let's close one side, scroll, make it a little larger, go to edge selection mode, click on one edge and then press and hold Alt key and then click. So you select this half of the circle, and then again come over here, Shift Alt, click on one edge. Now you have selected everything, the entire face, and then press F to fill it. Actually these are not necessary, but I can keep it, or if you think that is not necessary, simply select them, come over here and make sure you are in the face selection mode, select the face. If you come over across this edge and press and hold Alt and then click, you select the entire face circle, X faces. Now you don't have that extra faces inside. What I want to do here is I want to combine these faces. Select all of them, right click, dissolve faces. Now you have only one face along this side. Alright, the basic shape is done. Now I want a some kind of like a pole coming out of this area so that the bird can stand on that or sit on that. So I want to insert a cylinder here. So what I want to do first is, when I add a cylinder, I want to insert that cylinder over here. So I get out of edit mode, and let's go back to edit mode, and then under the edge selection mode, select this edge. Now shift S, cursor to selection. So the cursor comes to the middle of this edge. If you get out of the edit mode, now your 3D cursor is on that face. Now you add a mesh, a cylinder. I don't want this many faces. I will make it maybe like 8. And now scale, press S and then shift Z to scale along Y and X but not along Z. Now you have a small fold. What I need to do here is I need to rotate this one, rotate along, and then press Y 90, hit enter. Now grab G to grab, Z to along Z axis. Okay, S for scaling, and then X to X, constraint to X axis. All right, that seems like good. Let's move this out of the way. Grab X. Now SX. Grab X. Yeah, that works. Now come down, go to edit mode, select this edge, shift S, cursor to selected, tab out, add mesh, cylinder, and now S, shift C, G to grab, allow Z. Okay, that works. Alright, let's quickly assign some materials to this one. So what I do here is, I want to assign a texture, a wood texture to this a birdhouse. So let's go to UV editing, and then come over here, select everything, press A, and now you see your the current, the UV unwrapping, but I just don't want that way. So I want to do smart UV project, and then I just keep everything as it is and then press OK. Now you see that these individual shapes are projected onto your the image. Now what I do here is I want to import my wood texture. So come over here, if you are in UV editing, under the image, so if you are here, UV editor, and then click on new. Let's make it 2048 and 2048. Okay, now let's go back to shading, and now click on add, search for image texture, and then get the color output of image texture and put it in the base color of the principal BSD. Now after you connect, you don't see any material assigned unless you open an image to that. So let's scroll, let's look for an image that you downloaded from internet. So I will select this wood texture and open it up. Now you have selected your wood texture, but the orientation is slightly different. So let's go back to UV editing and then select from this list wood JPEG. Now let's do some final adjustments so that you can see this. The birdhouse has a nice wood texture. If you click out, you don't see that one anymore. Simply you press A to select everything from here. Now let's make something pretty. So this one does not look like it is not good looking, right? If you select this face, you can see that one is appearing here. So if you want to sync between these two areas, you need to click on this UV sync selection. Now what you do is you come over here, select this area, come over here, move your mouse here, and then press S, and then also R to rotate slightly, then G to grab, and then S to scale. Alright, now that one looks better than before, right? So let's do the same thing for everything. Select this and this, come over here, grab, place it somewhere, and then scale. Grab, and then until you find a good place, grab, scale, grab. All right, this one, and then come over here, rotate, and then grab, scale, grab, until you find a nice appearance for this wood plank. Click on this, rotate, grab, scale, grab. Sounds good. No, that is good. This part is good. This part still has very large texture. Grab it here somewhere, place it somewhere here so that you get that wood artifact. Grab, scale. Okay, this side is good, this side is good, this one is good, this one is good. Now let's come to our alright, grab, place it here, scale. Okay, now these sides, let's rotate this one first, and then grab, scale, grab. Okay, looks good to me. And this set, rotate, grab, place it somewhere here, and then scale. All right, that should do it. Okay, let's get back to our layout, and then if you want to see the assigned texture, you can come over here and then click on the texture viewport setting, material. Now click on this, go to material, let's assign a very simple color to that. We don't need to too much worry about that. Very dark material. Click on this. At the end, click on this, shift click on the other pole, Control L, select materials. You copy the material from this to this. Now this is in the same color, so what I want to do here is I want to assign a different color to the maybe like a paint, spray paint the roof. Let's select this, go to shading, Now you have texture already. What I want to do here is I want to separate this set of faces and then create a separate material for that. Select one face, alt click on this line so that you select the entire face, and then also come over here, shift click on these faces so that you select the faces under the roof, and now click on all these faces while you are holding down the shift key. Okay, now you have selected everything from the roof. Now you come to material tab, and then you have a material assigned to that section already because you assigned that material to entire birdhouse. What I want to do here is I want to add a new one, and then select on this, click on this, copy material, then this one, add a new material, click on paste material. Now those are exactly the same. I assign that one to the top section. If you do some changes here now, you will change the the material of the top part only. Let's do that. So there are two slots for this birdhouse now. The top one is the entire material, and then the second one is only for the top one. So let's modify the second slot slightly so that I can assign or spray paint the top part. So let's select the second slot. Make sure that you select the second slot from here, slot 1. This one is the base, original texture material. This is the poles, and this is the one that we assigned to the roof. So let's add another principal BSD. Click on this principal BSD, shift D to duplicate, and now let's scroll and then assign a green color, dark green color. Now let's mix these two together. Add, search for mix. I'm going to mix two shaders. Use mix shader and then place it here. If I grab it and place it here, you add it to that one. And now in the mix shader, let me make it a little larger. In the mix shader, you have two inputs, shader 1 and shader 2. Let's place this one onto the bottom one and assign green color to the top part. Now you have colors assigned to. Now you can adjust how prominent or how strong one of them is by going to the fact, and then if you can get it to the top, that is more green, and then right, that is more woody texture. Let's get it more green. You have a thick coat of paint applied to that the roof. All right, so let's get into layout again, and then tab out of the edit mode. Now you have a birdhouse with the roof painted with green color, and then the walls are built with wood. Alright, so that concludes our simple tutorial on how to build a birdhouse and assign a wood texture. So to recap, so what we did was we initially started with a cube and then built the basic shape of the birdhouse, and then extrude our the roof, and then do some more extrusions to get the shape of the roof, and then added two poles, and then use the carver tool to create this opening, and then assigned a wood texture to these walls altogether to the entire birdhouse, and then we selected only in the edit mode, we selected only the roof part and then added a new material section for that. And then that was a copy from the original material so that we keep the texture. And then also when it gets to the roof part, we mixed the original texture material with another green color principal BSD with using a mix shader. So that's how you created a wood is painted with some color.